Hey everybody, it's Mike Frieder here with On-Call Compliance Solutions, and I'm back with another compliance tip of the week. Today we're talking about DFARS NIST SP 800-171 and CMMC, achieving compliance with the help of Azure Government published apps. What are those? So hey, if you're a defense contractor who's feeling overwhelmed, tired, and alone, trying to understand all of this DFARS, NIST SP 800-171, and CMMC compliance stuff, I've got great news for you. You found your home here at On-Call Compliance Solutions, where we can help you transform into your company's on-call compliance hero. Let's jump into it. So, you guys, today we're going to be talking about a really cool feature that you can use to achieve compliance, while at the same time really making the experience for your users so much better, leveraging the help of Azure Government and published apps. First off, what in the world is a published app? I mean, really, what is this thing? So, if you've never heard of it, published apps are virtualized software applications made available to users over a network. Here's a breakdown of how they function. So first, you have centralized hosting. Published apps are hosted on servers, typically Windows servers, allowing users to access and run them remotely as if they were local applications on their devices. This setup is actually common in enterprise environments and allows for easier maintenance and updates. So imagine you've got an application like QuickBooks or some other application, and you can actually put it onto a server to be hosted out to other computers. Pretty slick. So it helps with compliance and security. One of the key reasons for using published apps is compliance. By centralizing the application onto, a compliant server or an environment like Azure Government, administrators can enforce security policies, manage updates centrally, and ensure regulatory requirements are met, which is so huge because now you don't have to maintain this application across 100 computers. Maybe you just have to manage the one hosted instance of the application, which makes administration and compliance so much easier. Next, seamless access. Users interact with published apps as they would with any traditional locally installed applications. This provides a seamless experience across various devices, including desktops and mobile devices. And then, of course, when we talk about controlled distribution, the apps are typically made available only to authorized users, and updates can be pushed in real time without needing end user intervention, ensuring consistency and security across an organization. This is huge because effectively updates become much more simple when they are centralized instead of distributed across many endpoints. It's a huge win. So how does all this actually work? What we do is we take a typical app, like let's say you need access to your accounting software like QuickBooks, or maybe an ERP system like DCOM or Sightline, and we can install this and run it in a virtual server within Azure Government where it's compliant, and then use published apps to create a scenario where on a user's local workstation in your local environment, they get a link to run the app from the Azure Government environment. But it looks like a local application, just like as if it was running on the computer, but it's not. So the experience goes like this. A user double clicks on the program icon like QuickBooks or, again, DCOM, ERP software, or any other kind of system like that, any application really. They click on the program icon and the user is prompted to log into the resource utilizing Microsoft Azure Government Authentication in the control plane, including multi-factor authentication for compliance. And then boom, the app just loads and runs like a local application does, except it's not local. It's actually running from within your Azure Government virtual server, and therefore it's totally compliant and A-OK. Your computer is really just a window into that application running on the server that's compliant in the compliant environment that is Azure Government. In simpler terms, you get to use your programs as if they were local, but leverage the Microsoft Azure Government compliant control plane and still have all of the security of Azure Government. Unless you told the user, they would think it's basically just an ordinary local application. Boom, baby! It's like the perfect scenario for compliance. It's amazing. It's mind-blowing. It's spectacular. Well, it's just a published app. It's actually been around for like 20 years. Now, I know what you're saying. You're like, Mike, I don't know how to manage a published app server in Azure Government. Well, guess what? If you can't do it yourself, I know somebody who can. And believe it or not, when you factor in total cost of ownership, the reality in most cases is the total cost is actually less versus standing this kind of thing up yourself in your own environment. And there's no hardware layer to worry about failing you, which is so huge. That's why we love Azure Government. They just take care of it for us. Microsoft handles it all. So for the ultimate compliant user experience, who you gotta call? But of course, On-Call. So hey, at On-Call, we take defense contractors just like you who have had this DFARS, NIST, CMMC, ITAR, and EAR information security compliance stuff dropped in their laps like a seagull on a sunny day. And we teach you how to level up and be a proper on-call compliance hero for your company, eliminating gaps, gray areas, and getting this solved, all while showing you how to leverage compliance as your secret weapon to land more defense work with higher profit margins. Now that's what becoming an on-call compliance hero can do for you. If you're looking for more help getting compliant, our compliance experts are always on call for you. Visit cmmccompliancesecrets.com or check out the description below for links to get help right now. If you love the content we're putting out here for you, help us out with a big thumbs up on that like button, or even better, my personal favorite, smash the subscribe button, baby, to get the latest compliance content as soon as our compliance nerds roll it out. Until the next compliance tip, my friends, stay safe and secure out there, and hit us in the comments below to let us know what you'd like to know more about when it comes to information security and compliance. I'll see you on the next one. Maybe in a virtual app.